Welcome to Ash Wrestling Report.
Hey guys, I'm here to give you the results of today's Raw as well as the gossip. Alright, so the show kicked off with Braun Strowman getting fired by Kurt Angle. Yes, and no surprises after what he did last week to Brock Lesnar and Kane. You really shouldn't be surprised to see him get fired. He literally killed them both. I mean, that's something I've never seen happen in wrestling. As far as I have watched wrestling, that is for the past 14 years. So Kurt Angle fired Braun Strowman, and Braun Strowman threatened him that he won't let him have an easy night. And Braun Strowman will make his life hell, or the show hell, and as he promised, he delivered. But before that, we have Titus Worldwide taking over the bar. Last week, Titus Worldwide surprised everyone by defeating the bar via a roll-up. And this week, something similar happened. Again, Titus Worldwide defeated the bar, but this time the ending was a little bit different. Today, Jason Jordan interfered, and again, Sheamus got rolled up, but this time by Apollo Crews, and Titus Worldwide defeated the bar once again. And this is I really like where this is going. It would be good to see Titus Worldwide ride on this momentum and push better. Next, we had Cedric Alexander taking on Tony Nese. Goldust was at the ringside of Cedric Alexander, and Tony Nese was accompanied by Enzo Amore. Cedric Alexander defeated Tony Nese thanks to Goldust, who shooed away Enzo. The crowd was largely silent on this one. I mean, when was the crowd ever buzzing for Cedric Alexander? Even though the match had something, but still the cruiserweight division has always generated not much heat from the crowd. And then we got to see Braun Strowman showing his terror around the arena, backstage, and then he picks up Michael Cole and threatens to drop him if they don't re-sign him, that is, if they don't rehire him. And luckily for Braun, Kurt Angle comes out and announces that Braun has just been rehired by Stephanie McMahon, and so Braun got his objective fulfilled. But Braun didn't forgive. Braun dropped Michael Cole over the announce table. Oh my god, Michael Cole had a bad day, and so many others. Thanks to Braun Strowman's rage. They are really building up Braun Strowman like a real monster. I mean, there has never been such a force of terror in WWE before. And it would be really bad to see him lose at Royal Rumble, because after doing so much, he surely proves an edge over Brock Lesnar and Kane. And if he loses, what is he gonna do at WrestleMania? Next, we have Nia Jax taking on Asuka, and Asuka won their match because Nia was not able to compete. However, Nia Jax was dominating that match. Nia Jax was dominating Asuka. Nia Jax versus Asuka. I am sure we'll get to see that match again, hopefully at a big event like WrestleMania. Just imagine if Nia Jax defeats Asuka and breaks her streak. What a great moment in her career that would be. Next, we have the Revival. Yes, you heard it right. The Revival are back, and they defeated a tag team of jobbers whose names were not disclosed, and then they went on to speak on the microphone and made disparaging remarks about the legends that are going to turn up next week. I'm guessing we might get to see a feud between the Revival and the New Age Outlaws. Yes, they are the only tag team who are coming next week. Of course, there may be other tag teams hidden, but yeah, even the Dudley Boys are coming. So we could get to see the Revival clashing against any of the tag team comprising of legends. Next, we saw Roman Reigns taking on the Miztourage in a handicap match. And Roman Reigns defeated them. Can you believe it? Come on. WWE immortalizing Roman Reigns. He is not an immortal, he's a fucking superstar. Why don't you let him do the job at least for once? I mean, come on. There's something wrong with WWE booking baby faces over heels even in handicap matches. I mean, one guy beating two guys, it's certainly a big deal, even if you're Roman Reigns. And with Miz standing in the corner of Miztourage, this is ridiculous booking. Next, we saw Sonya Deville defeating Sasha Banks clean. Oh yes, Sonya Deville is being pushed after. And one more important update is that Paige may not be able to compete in the future because of an injury caused by Sasha Banks. I think this is WWE's way of punishing Sasha Banks for injuring Paige, letting Sonya Deville go clean over her. This is interesting. And also, the former UFC player Sonya Deville, this is a big moment in her career because Sasha Banks is the boss, and to defeat the boss, she's got a push coming. That's what I can foresee. Next, we saw Woken Matt Hardy taking over Heath Slater, and Woken Matt Hardy defeated Heath Slater. This was a part of the program hosted by Rhino trying to toughen Heath Slater up. And Woken Matt Hardy is absolutely being loved by the WWE Universe. One more act that is as popular as this is Rusev Day. So Woken Matt Hardy and Rusev Day are the most popular acts in WWE right now. So WWE bookers really need to push these guys up because they've got the momentum. Next, it was time for the main event. Seth Rollins taking on Finn Balor. And we must not forget that Finn Balor won his first Universal Championship, and that was the first ever Universal Championship match against Seth Rollins. So this is a match, and you should also not forget the fact that Seth Rollins injured Finn Balor the last time they encountered. And we have the Balor Club, Gallows and Anderson at the side of Finn Balor, and we have Jason Jordan at the ringside of Seth Rollins. The match was chaotic. I mean, there was the club interfering, the bar interfering, and Jason Jordan interfering. In the end, Jason Jordan pushed Finn Balor from the top rope as he was going to deliver coup de grace on Seth Rollins, and Seth Rollins pinned Finn Balor with a curb stomp. The curb stomp is back, and it'll be known as a blackout. So there you have it, guys. This week's Raw came to a close with Rollins as the victor. And next week, don't miss next week's Raw, because next week has got some real important legends coming. Oh yeah. So let me just give you the lineup of the legends who are coming next week. The Undertaker, D-Generation X, good old Jim Ross and Jerry Lawler, You have the Dudley Boys, Bully Ray and Devon Dudley. Then you have Nature Boy Ric Flair, Scott Hall, Kevin Nash, Eric Bishop. Eric Bishop was once the GM of Raw. And we have Road Dogg and Billy Gunn coming, the New Age Outlaws. And we have Chris Jericho. Yes, you heard it right. Chris Jericho is coming. He's a free agent right now. So he's gonna come off and give us a gift of Jericho. And then we have JBL and Ron Simmons, who was also known as Farouk. And the Texas Rattlesnake, Stone Cold Steve Austin, is also there. So make sure you don't miss the show because it's once in a lifetime, yo. Thank you for listening, guys. Too sweet.